Well, many travellers, and probably even you and myself, have used online reviews to help plan for your overseas or domestic holiday trip. However, how many of those reviews are fake? Well, let's get to CNBC's travel editor, Monica Petrillo, who's been doing a little bit of deep dive digging. What have you found, Monica?
That's right. So reviews very much depended on by travelers, but also we know that some portion of them are fake. But just how many? Well, TripAdvisor attempted to answer this very question in its latest transparency report. In it, we see that in 2024, some 2.7 million reviews contributed to the site were deemed fake by the company. That's of more than 31 million, so between 8 to 9%. But what's more than that is this is twice the number that the company detected back in 2022, the last time it issued this report. So what's happening? Is this just a surge of fakes? Well, not necessarily, says TripAdvisor. It says it's taking a more aggressive stance against fakes these days, especially those called incentivized reviews. This is where a company provides you a discount or a freebie in exchange for a review. But also TripAdvisor says that its own detection system is getting much better. Now, this system is built on a three-part process. First, auto detection. This is where most fake reviews are caught, it says, followed by human analysis, and finally, a community dispute process once reviews are up. Now here, most will remain. About 28% that go through this process are then pulled down. When we talk about fakes, well, what are we talking about? There's four broad categories, TripAdvisor says. You've got boosting. This is where a company will, someone associated with a company writes positive things on its behalf. Vandalism, where a competitor writes negative things. Now, TripAdvisor is saying a lot of people think most fakes belong to this vandalizing category. No, it's actually a small percentage. A much bigger piece of the pie is this member fraud. Here, someone without any financial interest writes a review that's simply improper or irrelevant. And then finally, we have the paid reviews. Now, Becky Foley, she leads the trust and safety team at TripAdvisor, called this a small but pernicious category of fakes. And that is because this can be done by what she called review farms. These are actors that are typically involved in other types of online fraud as well. Now, interestingly, if we look worldwide, we can see Asia responsible for about 17% of review contributions to TripAdvisor in 2024. That's both the real and fake. However, when we look at the paid reviews, far more of those coming from Asia Pacific, being led there by Indonesia and Vietnam. It's back to you.
Yeah, so number one, why would they do this? I mean, irrelevant motivations to those people. I mean, what is their motivation to put up fake reviews? And how does the company determine that certain reviews are actually fake?
Yes, so this category of member fraud, interestingly, this is a big umbrella, but you could have somebody advertising their own services, say photography services. Also, we know we have situations where negative publicity goes across social media, so this could be people that attempt to take companies down. We know this is a big factor on Yelp reviews. Apparently, the same thing happening on TripAdvisor. Now, how these fakes are located, I spent a long time talking with the company about this very issue. They say, or the TripAdvisor says, they're using their own technology. This is something developed over 25 years. And it relies a lot less on what a review actually says and more on patterns that are developed by how it is posted. And I can give you an example. TripAdvisor says it has investigators that will pose as paid review brokers. Once somebody bites on that and posts the first paid review, it's not that TripAdvisor goes after that bad actor. Of course, this could be someone located anywhere in the world. Rather, that one post releases hundreds of data points that then TripAdvisor can then use to establish those patterns to find other fake reviews around its site.